Hello and welcome to Restore Your Light Activation. This is day one of a 3-part audio series that is designed to help you bring your light back. So if you're here, more than likely, you're an empath, which means you've identified that you pick up on energy and emotions all around you. Not just your energy and emotions, but other people's too. And without proper refinement and development of that skill, it can be overwhelming. It can cause you to dim your light. It can cause you to minimize yourself. It can cause you to isolate. And when these kinds of things happen, that's when we are operating out of survival rather than using our gifts for what they were truly intended for. So I'm going to start off with saying this as a powerful reminder. You didn't come here to planet Earth to play small with your gifts and abilities. You were born with the ability to sense and feel energy and emotions. And that's why when I speak to some of you about this, you have such a deep resonance because you know you've had this ability for as long as you can remember. More than likely, you were born with it. And you came here with these skills and abilities because you're ready to own it in this lifetime. You're ready to take it to the next level. And I truly believe that you're in a bigger part of the human game of evolution. And you've come here with these gifts to name what's always been true. You feel more, and that's not a flaw. That's your edge. Now, over the next few days, you'll be guided into a deeper relationship with your empathic light. Not just the tenderness of it, but the precision, the clarity, and the quiet power it brings when you stop hiding and start honoring what you know. Today, we're going to begin with your first source of light, which is your frequency finder. If you listen to the Empath Activation series, I spoke about this here too, but it bears repeating. So even if you heard this before, hang in here with me. You could probably use the refresher. And if you want to experience the Empath Activation, it's very similar to this Restore Your Light transmission as well. You can go ahead and check that out on my YouTube page, okay? So your frequency finder is your ability to sense what's true and what's not, okay? Now, being empathic isn't about being overly sensitive. It's about being finely tuned. Your frequency finder is the part of you that reads energy before the words are spoken, that catches the truth behind the performance, that registers alignment or the lack of it in a single moment. Maybe you've been told you're too sensitive or you're reading into things, but let's be honest, you weren't wrong. You were just picking up on a signal that they couldn't hear, or maybe they didn't want to take ownership of it. So let's reclaim that. I want you to think back to a time when you knew something before it was said out loud. Maybe your stomach turned. Maybe your chest tightened. Maybe you got goosebumps or a wave of calm. That wasn't just intuition. That was resonance. Your frequency finder, as I like to call it, caught the truth in that moment. And you don't have to second guess that anymore. So let's talk about resonance and dissonance, which are the two languages of energy. And this is how you can use your frequency finder. It's about knowing the difference between dissonance and resonance. And when I said in the beginning, if you are feeling like you need to isolate yourself, dim your light, if you're feeling overwhelmed, that's a clear sign that you are operating from dissonance. And through your lesson today and through your work with me, I hope that you start to understand what's the difference between dissonance and resonance. How do you know when you're in that finely tuned alignment? And when you're in alignment, what do you do then? Okay, so dissonance is that off feeling. It drains you, it clutters your mind, it pulls you away from yourself. Resonance is the yes beneath the noise. It settles your system. It brings clarity, and it feels like light returning to the body. You've already been navigating life through these signals. You just haven't always trusted them or known what to do with them. So let's change that. Think of one situation in your life right now, a relationship, a decision, a space you're in, and ask yourself, what does this feel like in my body? Is this energy feeding me or fogging me? If I trusted what I sensed, what would I choose? Okay, take some time to feel into these questions and notice what comes up in your body. Know that you're not making this up. You're making it conscious. You're bringing that energy to life. Okay? Now, this gift is not abstract. It's deeply functional, which means you can use it. It helps you make better decisions. It helps you stay out of entanglements that drain you. It helps you to lead with discernment and not drama. Or, in other words, it helps you to lead with regulation as opposed to dysregulation. No longer are you responding from your fight or flight nervous system responses, but you're coming from your sense of groundedness, okay? You own your light when you stop explaining your no. When you trust your felt sense more than someone's performance. When you recognize that how you feel in a space is data, not drama, okay? So today's practice is the resonance tracker. I want you tonight, or when you have a free moment, to reflect on 3 times in your day. Okay, one time where you felt fully lit up, clear, strong, and energized. You could feel the resonance, okay? You could feel that alignment. And the second time when you felt dimmed, when you felt confused, heavy, or tight, or foggy, okay? And then finally, one that felt in between, maybe a little bit in a gray area, where you want to ask, what was really going on there, okay? Write them down, no judgment, no edits. This is how we refine the signal. Now, this work isn't about becoming more spiritual. It's about becoming more honest with what you feel, with what you sense, with what you've always known. You are the instrument. You don't need to be louder. You just need to be clearer. Tomorrow, we move into the next level of owning your light, learning how to protect and project it, not by shrinking, but by letting your energy speak first. I'll see you there.